Hello and welcome back to the Sunburst Cup. This is the lower bracket second round match between Rage Quit Anomaly and Valkyrie that we have on stage for you today. I am Fluffy and I am joined by the wonderful Hydro. Hydro, how are you doing today?
I am doing fantastic, Fluffy.
Yeah, so we have, as I said, the lower bracket round 2, a match between Anomaly and Valkyrie. It'll be an interesting match. Unfortunately, we couldn't have the upper bracket semi-finals for you earlier today as the shedding struck. It comes for one, it comes for all, and it has come for Lord of Terrans, who is unfortunately not going to be able to make this match, which creates a bit of chaos in the mix today. We have a wild card on tank for Anomaly. BTS Fan is going to be playing tank, normally known for his Genji and Tracer play, but he's going to be playing tank today for Anomaly, which opens up the door for, as I said, some chaos. For Valkyrie to come in and maybe snatch a result that, should be fairly safe on Anomaly side.
It does make things quite more interesting when you don't have a, core tank on roll, so yeah, it might go towards Valkyrie's favor, the fact that they, have BTS fans going in as tank.
True, but the alternative is that maybe Anomaly can embrace some chaos. They can try maybe some Doomfist. We know that BTS Fan has in the past been very keen on Doomfist in Overwatch 1. Very different hero now, obviously, but maybe that's an approach that we'll see, because I stand to be corrected, but I don't think we've ever seen the Babs tank in organized play before. It will be a sight to behold, and hopefully not too many times jumping off the map.
Hopefully.
It looks like we're going to be going to our first map, which will be Ilios. So maybe the well, maybe they want Babs down the well.
We're a bit hoping a bit more now.
Yeah, but everything other than Babs is fairly standard for Anomaly, but on the other side, Valkyrie have, for one of the first times, at least that we've seen them on stream this competition, their standardized roster, their organized roster that we know and we've seen many times. This is a team that's played a lot together, and they do have that organization, that cohesion. So maybe we have that upset on the hand. Valkyrie is a team on the lower end of the table, sure, but this opportunity doesn't come around often to have a weaker version of a team, and I think I'd like to see Valkyrie perform and maybe try get this upset that I think they have the potential for.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a twist, and I think Valkyrie, with the core team, should be doing better. Should be doing better than most of their games. And against Anomaly that lost earlier today, against Crimson also without their main tank, it's gonna be interesting to say the least. Hopefully not interesting, because that's gonna be we've had a few, especially with Anomalies. There's been a few games I've seen that people have gone off maps, and a lot of balls slamming off maps, and it's gonna let's just hope it's not added to the tally.
I like how we're judging success by how many times someone goes off the map.
Judging sometimes the map, you know, the death border is the one that takes the most souls in my personal experience. So
When the
we'll see how
DPS
that
aren't
ends.
performing, you have to got an old reliable.
Yes, true, true,
So we're
true.
gonna go to our first map, which will be Ilios Well, which is a classic of Overwatch. We'll be counting down how many people end up in the well, and I'm sure the Lucios will be hunting. I'm sure Restiosin will be hunting for that boop into the well. And you know,
Ooh, and we do
I'm
have
gonna
a
I'm gonna pat myself on the shoulder. That BTS fan is on the Doomfist, as predicted.
and
What does
yeah,
that mean in this head-to-head?
hopefully it doesn't mean a well situation. Um, I mean, we also have a bowl, so hopefully that goes well. I've seen too many bowl slams into you know, untouched territories, so and I hope this goes better for their side.
No, two very aggressive team comps on from both sides here, and it will, I think, in the end day come down to which backline can maybe stay alive a bit better.
Yeah, Bull is being a bit more aggressive on the Tracer. Tracer doing a lot of their damage there. Bull jumping backline. But it seems like there's gonna be, yeah, Split and Doom and Tracer on it. BTS fan putting on pressure on the backline, as well as Elven Slayer. Takes out the Kiri, but the Ashe does go down. BTS fans still trying to do some damage on Mercy, but getting pooped around. I mean, Elven's doing a lot of annoying stuff, but does get taken out. Honey goes down. Elven Slayer alone. Another kill for Inku, and I mean, it feels like this is gonna be. It's gonna be
Anomaly played that really well. You know, they lost KK early on, but they kind of accepted that defeat and they moved on because the backline of Valkyrie is somewhat susceptible with that Mercy. They're really putting all their eggs into the Ashe, but now they've swapped off the Ashe onto the Sombra and onto the Lucio. So it's a bit more of a head-to-head here. The only real difference is the Doomfist, but that's a good kill from Lucky to Kuragari with the virus. And now this fight's more even, but they trade right back.
They do trade immediately. Always still in their backline. Doom going in. They just been putting up a lot of pressure. Kiri very out of position. Reaper's getting that. A bit of a matchup going in there. Ooh, not getting
Objective survive from the support line.
A lot of collision going on there.
Yeah, the objective here, the way Anomaly are playing this, they really just want to ignore Elven Slayer's Wrecking Ball and focus on killing the squishier targets. A good pulse from there from Ketrinka, who had his blade, so no, that tool isn't available to be used.
Ooh, a lot of damage going towards Elven. The current gas recall after getting hit by Lucky.
Almost went in the hole there.
Almost. He did get out with the ult. A lot of pressure from Kuragari. Really trying to figure yourself Kiri, but he does get it. Ooh, a lot of situational plays going around the well. Hopefully we don't see something bad.
Ooh, we got shot out of
very hard position. Does get away. Ooh. Does get finished getting that.
After shooting Lucky out of Invis, Bab slams into a wall with a punch. So you know, feast and famine.
I mean, I feel like if he went over there, it would have been close to the well. So I think we're playing it safe rather than.
The question here is if they can get the touch just overtime. They do get the touch. Kit Kat touches, but he dies for it. Rinkarera pulls out the blade, and that's going to be that. Honey's going to go down quickly, but it's a good boop away, actually, so she survives. Elven Slayer gets the minefield out, and it's a very even fight, actually, after that touch, but I think slowly, no, it is going in the way of Anomaly.
Yeah, there's still a few opportunities here for Honey, but they're getting pushed up completely, and overtime taken down. Gets taken out.
An interesting head-to-head matchup there. We have both teams wanting to play very aggressive, but the backline of the backline of Valkyrie is not staying alive. There's good aggression from the side of Anomaly onto Valkyrie, and you know, Anomaly are just sort of ignoring Elven Slayer. You know, they don't really care if he's alive. They just enjoy, have fun, and they're killing Joestar, killing Honey, killing Lucky, killing Kit Kat. Elven isn't really getting the decisiveness, the aggression that he wants onto Restiosin and KK, who were getting picked, were dying, but it wasn't having the success that they'd like to see. We're seeing big comp changes now from both sides here.
I think the dupe pressure and damage is a bit more than Valkyrie forward, so you know, a lot more riskier for them to pretty much do anything, and you know, that's why they probably took them up.
some
Do you have a
execution
Widow versus
problems
Ashe
maybe.
matchup?
Yeah, Kurogari is known for his Widowmaker, one of his comfort picks, and like he does have the damage boost from the Mercy though, so a bit of an even playing field though. Very different stylistic comp head here with the Zarya, who had just got a massive buff, but Restios is looking very low.
Yeah, very out of position.
100 charge Zarya beaming, but they get actually that's a huge kill from the side of from KitKat. Gets the Zarya down bad, maybe overextending a bit too much there. And you know, Anomaly have lost they're losing these picks, but they do have map control. Kurogari is going to get a consolation pick, but it looks like, you know, Valkyrie do have this fight once they can clear off these stragglers. Kurogari is getting picks, but you know, it doesn't really count for much. They don't have control.
Yeah, I think it's I think they're struggling a bit. They did get point now, so now it's up to them to take point back again. Elven Slayer trying to get rocks. Upcharge just trying to get the charge in.
Yeah, BTS fan is
not getting much.
BTS fan looking to try and maybe play the slow. That's a huge anti though coming out. Yeah.
A lot of damage, a lot of pressure.
Ooh, Rinko Hareru kills Baptiste through the window, but it gets traded right back. Very even fight at the moment. Ults are being committed from both sides. Nano boost onto BTS fan, and Honey is doing her best battle mercy. This is going to go down, stalling out the point, and looks like Anomaly will cap right back. But 45%, not the end of the world for Valkyrie. They're gonna come back, and they do have big ults online. They're gonna have their Bob, they're gonna have their railguns, they're gonna have their Flux as well. But the thing to worry about from the side of Anomaly is that Grav. That Grav maybe comboed with the blade could be devastating.
Yeah, I think a lot of opportunities here though.
Oh, they get the value out of it.
Yeah, she does get a few, you know, getting the picks off. Kurogari trying his best, does get KitKat.
Oh, they're picking them off.
They're coming out. Ooh, big grab, and you know, obviously couldn't get out of that.
Lucky has been raised into death. His fate sealed.
Abomination. That is unlucky, and yeah, like you said, fate sealed. Nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate fight from Valkyrie because they committed fairly heavily to that. They used their railguns and their flux, and they got value out of it. They actually got the pick onto Rinko Hareru, but then the Grav came out, and then it was, you know, silly ducks for everyone. And now it's going to be a beat engage with the blade that's very, very aggressive, and they're going to get, it's a nice engage. The blade gets 1, gets 2, Kurogari gets a pick, blade gets 3. That's a really nice fight engage for Anomaly. And honestly, it might be enough to take the fight here because I don't know if Valkyrie are going to be able to get the touch here. They only have about, you know, another 10 seconds.
Yeah, a lot of pressure on them. Take this point back. Now going back to the ball. Ooh, does have Jimmy on the end, but it's no, just trying to contest. I mean, they don't have a lot of time left. There is still a Bob opportunity.
Yeah, Bob will be a massive tool to be able to touch. He does get the Bob out, so that's a big tool. It's still Honey goes down, which isn't great. But the Bob is getting value. It finds Rinko Hareru with the dynamite. Elven Slayer is here on the wrecking ball, but it's, you know, he has to find some value. He can't just. He actually gets the flip, which means he has more time to stall. Kurogari finding one, but Lucky trades right back for KK. So actually, you know, after that dire straight situation, Valkyrie actually win the fight. That's a really good fight from them. I think Anomaly, though, they wanted to back up and you know, reset with a better fight. They are going to come up to their Grav now and their Nano Boost, which is a lot of fight win potential there from the side of them.
I mean, definitely more opportunity now that they've capped. I mean, they're putting more pressure onto Anomaly, but I mean, they still have to hold that. With the bow, it's going to be a bit harder. I mean, like, they're just pushing side right now.
Yeah, Cat is going to go find Rinko Hareru, which is a very good start to the fight. Actually, this is last fight for this point. If either side win it, good pressure down to Kurogari, forcing him out. Uses tight lines, trying to find a value. KK is also looking low. A minefield to split the side of Anomaly, and BTS fan's probably going to go down here. He's awfully low, and he dies with Grav on 99. That's a disaster for Anomaly. The Nano Boost comes out onto the Genji, trying to just build that blade, because that's the big win condition. They are finding value with it. A good beat from the side of Restioson. Elven Slayer out of nowhere with 2 kills there, but is it too little too late? Because it looks like Rinkaru with that Nano Boost from KK really, you know, without the blade, he found the community. Honey is gonna get the touch! No, it's a good boot from Restioson there.
Unlucky. They came in hot, but I mean, the boop was just, you know...
Oh, very, very close. You know, very close result, and I think that's a good sign for Valkyrie. I think once they figure out how they want to play this, maybe this ball is the answer, played with these sort of pokey DPS heroes that we're seeing, you know? Oh, there's that! KK off the side and Kuragari squashed.
Yeah, I mean, they got decimated there with the ball strategy going on. Definitely a close game, I would say. I mean, it looked a bit one-sided at first, but I mean, after a while, Valkyrie, you know, started pushing back a bit more. So definitely was a pretty good map, to say the least.
Yeah, we'll now be going on to map 2, which will be the loser's pick. So Valkyrie will be able to pick any map that they wish from the what's it called? From the map pool, the type. Sorry, hybrid. Yeah. That's the word I was looking for. So we've seen a lot of King's Row, and as I say that, it looks like we're gonna go to King's Row. So a lot of King's Row, South Africa, a favorite for King's Row. Teams practice on this map a lot, so they're very comfortable with it. So even when you have situations like this where you have maybe a tank player that you're not used to, like BTS fan, people still know how to play the map. They understand generally what tanks and DPS and sports should be doing on maps. So that's where why in this situation we're probably seeing the King's Row choice.
I mean, yeah, it's called Scrims Row for a reason. So yeah, it's definitely a very interesting map, to say the least, and you know, more potential, you know, with when it comes to these type of ringers, when you have ringers or when you have subs coming in. It's a pretty simplistic map, and you know, like you said, people play it a lot, so usually you know what to do on this map. But yeah, I'm maybe a BTS fan. Luckily, no wells in this map, no potential.
No, you say that there is the death pit on point 3.
There is the death pit. I've seen a lot of you know, Lucio's holding out all of their might, all of their boop power, just for that, you know.
Yep. Deliberately losing point 1 and 2 just so you can have the opportunity of booping someone in the well or in the hole.
It's the golden key for the map for most Lucios and you know, Dooms and balls. It's the crown you want to befit to yourself when you get to boot people off.
It'll be interesting to see if, given Babs' limited hero pool here on tank, I should say, will Anomaly be playing a brawl style that we know they enjoy on this map, or will they be playing something more aggressive? We've seen Monkey in the past from Terran Nord here. I don't know if Monkey's in the hero pool of BTS fan. So it's, like I said, everything's a bit up in the air with the comps that Anomaly are going to play. And we're going to see them actually pick a Zarya. So maybe, you know, a bit of brawl comp with the Zarya, trying to be a bit aggressive, or take these long brawl fights, letting that Zarya build charge, and have these drawn out. On the other hand, we're going to see Kit Kat on the Bastion. That being said, he is on attack, so he might swap. But then again, maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be pretty interesting. I've not seen yet. Is this going to be, yeah, with the Zarya bubble? I mean, we do have the Bastion, but still, if that bubble gets charged too much, it could be a lot of potential, you know, damage that a BTS fan can do to the to Valkyries before it can really do much. Yeah. So hopefully the Bastion doesn't end up charging too much. I do May swap, so it's going to be much easier for them.
Yeah, I mean, BTS fans worry about getting isolated.
Situation.
We have Anomaly all sitting on top of each other with both snipers brawling it out. Ooh, this is a good rotation from the side of Valkyrie. forcing out forcing Valkyrie Anomaly to back up, and actually they've taken point control now. Kuragari on high ground, trying to, you know, and Rinkuhiro is in the backline, so snipers are making a nice crossfire.
Good
but
double pick.
After that aggressive push and really nice push from the side of Anomaly, the rotation and then the response from the aggression from Valkyrie and the response from Anomaly, that was really well played from Anomaly. Good rotations and good positional play.
BTS fan, I mean, he got chased, you know, around, and you know, they just couldn't do enough damage to him. Alban was chasing him on Sig, but it was just not enough, and you know, helping Rinku and Kurigari just pick off the rest of the players that were out of position, which was really good.
I'd have liked to see Valkyrie actually push a bit deeper and try to push those isolated targets that were running away, maybe a bit harder. We're going to see Anomaly Valkyrie coming back. The Bastion turret form comes out. Anomaly just going to back up and LOS it. BTS fan pushing now aggressive his bubbles. He uses one and he gets value, and KitKat goes down, but Rinkuhiro is going to get traded out. It's a good anti there from KK, but then Lamp comes out well from Droestar. It's very even back and forth. It's a 4v3 in favor of Valkyrie, sorry, but it looks like they should have this with BTS fan going down. Yeah, Restioson then can't really stall out very, very well, and you know, maybe that
can do either. Gaz does taken down. Ooh, big.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna have Valkyrie take the first point. Lots of ults coming up though.
Pretty fast point taken. Big wall coming in from. Ooh.
Yeah, the flux comes out, and that is a
good flux from Alvin.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a good delayed. Good delay there, because now just with that one ult, with that flux, actually that's sort of like, you know, that's a lot of progress they're gonna get, because Anomaly couldn't take that fight where they wanted to take. They couldn't regroup together and come back in as 5 in that choke point. So really well played there from Elven Slayer.
Yeah, very good that they destroyed the team fight there. I mean, they still have a May Blizzard they can work with that also has a lot of potential damage when it comes to win team fights.
That Blizzard comes out, good beat, a beat from both sides. Oh, but Anomaly is frozen and the beat's not going to save you from the Bastion turret. It's 3 players down, backline down, Rinkuhiro goes down, Babs is going to take out KitKat in retaliation. But a heavy ult fight from the side of Anomaly gets nothing because of the Blizzard from Lucky.
A lot of a swap does come in, at least. I think BTS fan is reconsidering going for the Queen.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. I mean, they can be a bit more aggressive. That's going to help out with aggression. But
yeah.
You have to worry about the May.
Oh, that's a scary window. Oh, and BTS fans going down instantly from that artillery strike. And now it's... Yeah, that window is just really, really nicely placed, and it's difficult for Anomaly to push into it. And it looks like we're going to have Valkyrie taking the second point. Kuragari is going to just probably run away here. Yes, he is. He's being chased down by May and Lucio, and the bloodthirsty support is going to take him out.
Just doing a lot of pressure.
Babs, no! Babs feeds and dies and staggers himself, and I mean, he plays tank like he plays support. He plays tank like he plays DPS.
Yes, it's the same situation we see with Pangolians versus Crimson. Crimson just kept pushing them, getting people out, staggering, and I mean, it pays off. I mean, they're without their tank for a longer while.
Yeah, and now it's a really dangerous situation here because Valkyrie have just under 4 minutes to just push this last little piece, and there's no ults other than the railguns. Actually, I say that, there's also the Death Blossom coming up online soon from Rinkuhiro, but Anomaly need to win this fight, and that's not what you need. Rinkuhiro going down with his ult, and that's such a good flux, and the Blizzard to just probably seal it. BTS fan is on high ground from the flux, I believe. He's going to kill Droestar. Railguns coming out from Kuragari. Trading, but it's, you know, trading situation is good for Anomaly, but it's not a good situation to be in because 3 minutes on the clock, that's a long stall. KK is doing her best, she's going to go down, and Valkyrie cap 3 points with 3 minutes and 13 seconds. That is an excellent push by them.
That is a very great push, and I mean, like the last point, they had a lot of opportunity there, and you know they ended up saving a lot of ults, securing the last fight because that's all they needed. There was so little space left to push. That they could just save up ults, and I mean, with their ults saved up, they could just, you know, totally annihilate the team fight, winning it. and like a really good push, 3 minutes 13. That's gonna be a very tough time to beat. And they're gonna have to have a solid push like Valkyrie's had.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is the reason why we saw Valkyrie decide to choose this map. They obviously know what they're doing here. They came in here with a strategy. And I don't think, given the lack of their regular main tank, I don't think Anomaly were quite prepared for this map. They're not really prepared for any specific situation. This is really a test of how Anomaly can adapt on the fly. And so hopefully we'll see that actually they do have the skill to adapt on the fly. We're going to see exactly the same composition from the side of Valkyrie, and we're going to see a bit of a change up from the side of Anomaly. I do like this change. They're going to be playing a bit more aggressive with the Doomfist, the Genji, and the Tracer. Putting that backline of Honey and Joestar under pressure is really, I think, what they're aiming to do here.
Yeah, I mean they're doing Alvin doing a lot of good press with Sig and Lucky, being in their faces, giving KitKat a lot of opportunity, to do the damage that they're supposed to do with Bastion. Christiosen playing a bit around the statue there. May will just come out. Ooh, very
it's
good.
not really a lot of options that May will has here. Oh, how did that happen?
Kuragari taking
Kuragari gets Joestar as well. This is what we wanted to see out of Anomaly, where they're playing this aggressive composition, putting the backline under pressure, and it really
is just left for
exactly.
pickings there.
It doesn't give Elven Slayer the time he wants to be able to pick and choose his target, to use his shield to get value out of his rocks, playing far more aggressive with the comps. So a good read and a good swap there from the side of Anomaly.
I mean, Kuragari especially doing a lot of good flanks there, taking out their backline. Helps out that team fight a lot. It seems that BTS fan is just waiting for an opportunity.
Yeah, they're going to be waiting to engage, I think, until they're in a better position. Actually, that's waiting for way too long, and BTS fan goes down. That's really maybe a misplay there from the side of them. And now, Valkyrie are just gonna end this out here. They're gonna get picks. Lucky going down actually causes problems for them because they can't go now hold this choke as easily without their May wall.
Yeah, they don't have May wall anymore, so it's gonna be a bit more easier for Anomaly to just push through. They are retreating. It seems they understand the disadvantage they're at, and they decide to rather retreat and regroup, which is the smarter option. I mean, if they lose that fight as well, without their May, it's going to be a lot more time they waste than just simply regrouping.
Absolutely, I think you're right. That's a good read from the side of Valkyrie. Blade engage now. Naked Blade comes in from Rinku Herrera. He isn't going to get he's going to get the lamp. He's going to get Honey, but it's not a great trade for them as Pick's going down. Rinku Herrera is going to go down. KK is going to go down. Stick onto Elven Slayer almost kills him. KitKat's going to fall from Turestiosen. The Frog has defeated the War Robot. It's an ugly fight win, but Anomaly have it. It's 3v2 at the moment, but I mean, not a lot. They didn't use really any else except the Blade and the Pulse, which are fairly cheap. And actually, the way that Valkyrie are sitting here, that Joestar going down there, they're not actually going to get a fight here for the end of second.
It seems like Lux is coming out.
Yeah, oh, good beat there from Turestiosen, good response.
May coming out as well, yeah, Turestiosen does get out.
Oh, a good Suzu there from KK. And they're going to be engaging very, this is one of those organized chaos fights that we see so often in
some fan and Kuragari hunting down Honey a lot. Trying to really get him out of the match. Alvin Slayer in a lot of trouble. Just the entire team swarming, and gets taken down. Honey out of position as well, and the rest is going to fall back of Valkyrie.
Yeah, I think
that fan just go in for that.
Another late kill onto Joestar. I think there was that misplay that we saw after that very chaotic fight where it ended with, in a 3v2, and Elven Slayer and Joestar decided they wanted to fight it for some reason, and then Joestar died because of that. It means he wasn't there for the next fight, which means they were at such a disadvantage when they engaged with that Flux. So a bit of a misplay there, but we're seeing early artillery strike out here. KitKat's going to go down for it.
Get charged. Ooh.
Elven Slayer throwing rocket babs.
Ooh, Lucky almost rolling off the map. Luckily, that didn't happen. Lucky very singled out there. Kuragari does get not a pick, but his fan goes down and Q goes down. Elven Slayer just trying to clear it up. Turestiosen and KK trying to get out. The KK gets taken down. Turestiosen as well. Kuragari falling back as he can. BTS fan trying to put a bit of pressure on Elven Slayer here, but I mean they're not really gonna get this. It's full team versus 2 people. It's gonna be tough. BTS fan taking high ground. Very good option. We do have the trace coming from Kit Kat as well, the swap from Russian. Another flood coming out. Ristios in a lot of trouble, gets taken down. BTS fan trying to get charged. Rinku putting a lot of pressure on the backline. Lucky does use Hainun, cancels it, and it's taken out by BTS fan, but BTS fan is in their backline. It's not gonna last. Yeah, Kurigari alone gets Kit Kat, but Alvin Slayer does finish off Kurigari, which leaves them with another win for Valkyrie. Another team fight win coming out there. Ults are on ults are in the side of Anomaly, because they do have 3 ults coming in. Valkyries don't have anything. Beat coming out. Blade coming out from Inkuru. Takes out the BAP. Kurigari and BTS fan takes out Lucky. Evan Slayer gets taken out as well. KK doing a lot, but does get taken out. This is their fight. They used a lot of ults here. Kurigari, the only one with Pulse left. Kit Kat coming out with Pulse as well. It seems like Valkyries is getting a bit more advantage here as they're farming more ults. BTS fan does have Meteor Strike coming in. They can do enough damage. Ooh, big dive. Beautiful dive coming in. Kit Kat does find Kurigari though.
Raiding out.
Star doing a lot from above, trying to keep their tank alive, but Owen Slayer's in a lot of pressure. Meteor Strike. Wonder who it's going to be on.
With the Kitsune, maybe we can take it now.
BTS fan does find the tank. Ooh, big dash, and he gets back. Rinku going off map, but does get back. That was
no one going off
dash.
the map today.
He was like, I'm not gonna be the first. He does get the dash through. Lucky, and I managed to quickly get back and not hit the border. I'm pretty. Yeah, the dash reset was pretty crazy. I'm surprised.
Yeah, so that was a good response. We end up with Valkyrie. Apologies, I actually DC'd there for a second, so you were solo casting for that last point.
For the.
But it ends up with 3 minutes 13 seconds from the side of Valkyrie and 1 minute 58 seconds from the side of Anomaly. So an extra minute from the side of Valkyrie, which can in overtime be a lot. That is a decent amount of time for Valkyrie to get a nice push in. I think we're seeing Anomaly stick to this aggression kind of swamp. I think it works better for them given their limitations at the moment. I like the Genji, I like the Tracer, I like the Doomfist, so hopefully we'll see more of that.
I think the Doom for BTS fan is just more of a comfort pick and helps him with the aggression he usually is used to, and it helps with the with the damage Doom can do. So I think it helps the entire team. Kurigari very good on Tracer, and Rinku also on Genji trying to do his best.
I think my worry. The Torbjorn, I think, is a good adaptation. Good adaptation from the side of Valkyrie, putting a bit more pressure onto those flankers. I think our worry to look out for is Honey on the Mercy means that they're not going to have that same resilience in the backline. So they're fully embracing their DPS here, trying to enable them to get value.
Is going around. It does seem like he's going to target Honey. Honey does see it. They do engage for the dive. BTS fan just gets rocked. Kit Kat does find Rinkuru. BTS fan finds Kit Kat though back. Ristiosen taking out the turret. Avon Slayer does take out BTS fan, so it is a tank fight versus the normally not having a tank, so they do have to fall back. Again, a lot of damage coming in from that Torb, I think.
A good response, it really makes the life of a Tracer and a Genji a lot more difficult with that turret. The worry here is just with this engage, can they sustain? It's a good kill away from Lucky, but Lucky's going to go down immediately, and it's a warring position when you're on defense like this. They do have the time to play with, but they're losing picks like this. Oh, how Anomaly just let them res. And actually Link goes down.
I think Anomaly is trying to... BTS fan does go in, but every time, most of Anomaly pulls out, and it gets BTS fan left alone behind the shield with no heals coming in. So it's making his life a bit more difficult. They did have the first third of the point.
Yeah, they do get the first tick.
Going in again. Ooh, Flux getting Tracer and Genji. Big
A good beat coming out here.
Big beat.
And they're gonna take people out. They're using the ults and they're getting value.
It is a 3v3. Ooh, very good. Very good high noon coming in from Lucky. Does take out both supports. But Rinkuru and Kurugari just takes Lucky out, being the only one left.
Oh, the solo blade onto the Mercy Vault.
That is something I've not seen before.
That is an ult with a message on it, and the message is beware.
Beware and don't get back on my point. That is, yeah, definitely said well.
I was half expecting him to swap now, but I think he just I don't think he likes Mercy.
I think it might have been a, a bit of aggression. Yeah, I think because a past PTSD memories coming in, and he just decided, enough is enough.
No, whether or not it'll be a misplay remains to be seen, because oh
keeps
dear,
diving in, gets taken out.
There's no Kusine blade now.
There is Kusine, but I mean Rinkuru does get kicked out. It is 3v3. The res comes in on Alvin, so no tank for Anomaly, and Valkyrie's with overtime pushing back Anomaly, and they do get the push off of them. I mean,
yeah,
3 meters, not bad, but I mean, I feel like with 3 minutes remaining for Valkyrie, they could potentially push, up to there, and they have a lot of time to work with. I mean, they have a lot more time to work with.
Yeah, it's worrying for. I think we enjoy the solo blade onto the Valkyrie Mercy, but they use that blade and they don't have an Kitsune blade, and then they throw Kitsune down, and Bams is already dead because he goes too deep, and then he gets punished with the Cassidy ICBM, and then they don't have blade for their Kitsune, and then the Flux comes out, and then the res comes out, and it's just I think it's a bit of a disaster there from the side of from Anomaly. That's everything that could go wrong did go wrong with how they wanted to do that. So hopefully
Honey we'll did a lot of good with the reses. I mean, the clutch res is coming in with Owen Slayer there. Having a tank versus not having a tank is a big difference when it comes to team fights, especially. Because just that amount of HP you have and amount of damage you can do potentially makes it a bit more easier. But again, a monkey coming out from BTS fan.
Yeah, an interesting swap.
Might be they do want to dive. They do like to dive more, and they realize that. I think the Doom is just not working for them because of how quickly Kurugari and Rinku does find the Kit Kat, taking down Immortal and Bap at the same time. A lot of damage coming in, taking Elven Slayer down. Hani is alone, and Lucky gets taken out. A full team wipe. Pretty quick team kill. That was very quick, and I mean they found it very well. Played it very well, flanking, going around Kurugari, and Rinku finding that, Bastion, taking him out before he could do any damage was just, very good. Valkyries wasn't looking, so they couldn't do anything about it. Wall does come out early, doesn't really one. BTS fan is in the middle of their team, though, does get taken out immediately. Lucky gets taken out by Ritsusen. Immortal coming out from Joestar. Ooh, Kurugari does find Joestar, though. Ritsusen, Kurugari taking out Kit Kat. A lot of damage coming from Kurugari and Ritsusen. A really good combo. Alvin Slayer is alone, does get taken out. Lucky might get taken out here. They're out of position.
Now we do see that Valkyrie do have time still to work with. They don't have to push the cart that far after they cap first point. But we're now seeing that, Valkyrie are winning these fights without the commission of ults, which means they still have Blade, they still have their Pulse, they're coming up to their Beat and their Primal. And here comes the Blade out. And there's nothing on the side of Valkyrie to reply with.
Ooh, does find Kit Kat, does find Honey as well, trying to help Lucky, but Lucky ending up dying in anyway. Joestar as well. BTS fan, doing a lot better on the monkey. Owen,
they're staggering him.
Ooh,
they're staggering the Sig. That's something you don't see often. That's really well played.
The stagger was really good. Yeah,
they knew he had ults. They didn't really care.
I think a bit of confusion set in there for Elvin. I mean, I think he thought it was gonna die a bit more earlier and stop shooting, but I mean, they still tried to take out KK, but couldn't find them in time. They're going for another flank through Hotel, but Elvin's like being a bit late. Rinku being very in their face does get taken out by Kit Kat. Flux coming in. Ooh. 2 beats coming out for both teams. BTS fan doing as much as he can. Soloing the BAP window does come out. Over trying to just take point with Lucky and Honey. It seems like they might be taking point here. Where's the Olsen and KK with Kuragari?
Yeah.
I don't think they can do much here.
Oh no, but actually, that's not the end of the world. They're committing ults and then they're just letting out stall. I think, Anomaly here are just going to stall it out, try to get as much time as possible, and then they're going to regroup and try fight, because they mission accomplished for them. They stalled 3 minutes on first point, and now they have their big win condition, which is their Kitsune rush. There are no ults on the side of Valkyrie. KK has the Kitsune rush. If they play this right, Anomaly has this in the bag. They need to just get value out of this Kitsune and not let Honey just speed the team away from it.
Yeah, they really committed for that point. So, they got it in the, but I mean, they lost. They used all ults. And, with Kurugari also near pulse, it's going to be a lot of damage. If they can find it, KK as well with Kitsune Rush, it's going to be big. They're just waiting for the correct time now.
Yeah, they're going to give as much time as they can while they're staging.
Here comes
That's a good Kitsune Rush.
Going in.
They need to get value out of this. They get Lamp.
Taking out.
Oh, it's good!
Lamp.
Pulse gets value.
Pulse. BTS fan, and yeah, it seems like that was a really good dive. Honey trying their best to survive, but I mean, they're alone against 5 people. Yeah, it's not gonna work out. Wow, really good engage there from Anomaly. They really had a good plan in mind and they executed it. And I mean, they tried to wait for Kuragari to get pulse, and pulse did its job, doing a lot of damage. And I mean, that's map. Really good map.
That was a really good map. Yeah, an excellent start from Valkyrie, ending with 3 minutes and 13 seconds on the map. But then, Valkyrie just
they just struggled to get there. I mean, it was
and I've lost connection to game server again.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you cut out for a second there.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So a good swap from Anomaly there, and it worked, as we saw. It drained out the clock, and then they had that one ult. There were no ults from the side of Valkyrie, and there was that one ult from the side of Anomaly, which is the Kitsune Rush. It was really nicely placed, and I was worried there for a second. I didn't see the value coming down, but they got the picks in the end. They forced out the lamp. They got the pressure. The pulse bomb didn't kill anyone, but it let other people follow up on it. We're going to now be seeing, going over to the map 3, as the series stands 2-0 for Anomaly over Valkyrie.
Yeah, if BTS fans swapping to the Monkey, I think they do like the aggression, they do like the dive. They realize that, but I mean, with the Doom, as soon as they jumped in, they were behind Alvin Slayer, and Alvin Slayer just putting up a wall in general in front of them was blocking out a lot of heals for them. So it did make it a bit harder for BTS fans to survive on Doom, at least. So with the Monkey and the shield coming in, it was a bit easier to survive that damage and put up a bit more pressure with being able to target more than one person with the primary fire. So it does seem like we are going to root for
Route
the
66.
next.
Yeah,
I've not seen this map yet. It's going to be a very interesting map. Again, a lot of border, a lot of situation for people to get punched off, hit off, booped off. Not as easy on this map, but usually in the early game stages, there's potential.
I think the reason that we're seeing Valkyrie choose this map is for particularly point 1 and 2 on defense, where we've seen how Valkyrie like to play this kind of Sigma comp with the medium long range damages, where they have the Ashe, they have the Hanzo, they have the Sojin, they have those kind of they play a decent amount of Bastion. And they want to sit on high ground. They want to just be chunking out this damage, letting their Sigma sit on high ground here. But on the other hand, this map does also does also lend into what what Anomaly want to play. Sorry, they want to play aggression. They want to play Doomfist. They want to play Monkey. They want to play these aggressive comps into your backline, and those comps can engage you on high ground. So I think at the end of the day, this could go either way. We saw just how close King's Row was. At the end of the day, basically coming down to alt economy. So that might happen again here.
Is definitely the one thing that sets the two teams apart when it comes to the fights. Who wins, who doesn't. It's definitely depending on which ult hits the hardest, lands the best.
So, I'm gonna make a prediction here. I think
do have a dive coming in from semi-dive. We do have D.Va.
We do. So I think this map is going to come down to how well Valkyrie can attack, because I think they're going to be very good at defending on high ground, sitting with their Sigma comps, their Ashe, those kind of heroes. But I think their compositions traditionally will struggle to attack as easily. So I think we might see Valkyrie struggling to attack, but then being very comfortable on defense. If Anomaly can get a nice hold on first point or second point, it might set them up really, really nicely to finish out the series.
I mean, what made it harder for BTS Fan is when he dove to, the Sigma bro they had. He was behind the Sigma, behind the shield, not getting healing, and into their enemy team. So hopefully if they're playing more poke, they can get a better dive in with more team. It might, go a bit worse for them, but we'll see. Valkyrie, yeah, definitely going to be more stronger in defense, I think, with the comps they'll be playing. He did whip out the D.Va so far. BTS goes in again. It's a charge. Does a lot of damage. I mean, they're just pushing cart right now. Valkyrie in their backline. Very scary. Takes out turret.
Now. It's looking for an engage here. Maybe
waiting for the engage.
ICBM go down. Cassidy, so that might be the trigger for BTS Fan to engage, and indeed, but he's not going to go deep. Yosin feeds. He dies to Elvin.
Yosin does die. A very good turret from Kitche going on Rinku. Gurugari got taken out. Rinku almost dying to that turret. Luckily gets out.
I spoke about how important high ground was, and now we see every team just ignoring high ground, and both teams fighting out on low ground.
I mean, Honey's taking high ground, at least.
True. So, Honey MVP.
MVP for taking high ground, definitely.
Yes, well done. We're going to see the engage coming here. It's a nice swap from Elsley. I think the D.Va negates the Doomfist very, very nicely. I think BTS Fan is learning firsthand about that matchup. Engage comes in here.
They're putting a lot of pressure on BTS Fan. Restioson does get taken out. BTS Fan finds the smash from KitKat. Lucky Honey also going down. Immortal down. Joestar being the only one. Yeah, only support gets focused and taken down. Now they're just hunting down Alvin Slayer there on D.Va.
They want his mech.
But they're getting away. Ooh, they do have mech. They get mech. Kurogari does get found by Lucky. Lucky playing cast does a lot of damage. It's a lot of headshot damage, and I mean, taking out the tracer,
it's good, but they got the mech. That's a kill in its own.
They do have the mech.
If
they're very in a really bad spot at the moment.
Valkyrie have to wait until Elvin Slayer gets his mech back before they can do anything. And Kurogari's already back, and that's such a well-timed engage just before he's gonna get. Is he gonna get the mech back? He's gonna squash Link.
Find coming out, doesn't find anyone. BTS very low, gets taken out. Elvin Slayer. Very good mech, taking out, Rinku. I think BTS took a bit too long to engage. They waited for too long, and the mech came in just as they're taking it. D.Va bomb.
Yeah, that was we love to see the old squashies. I think it might have just been to try zoning off, because now Valkyrie do have to engage. They are all going to be here, I believe. But there it's going to be Torbjorn Coom all over the point.
Torbjorn, yeah, just spreading it everywhere, trying to take care of point. Rinku the only one trying to stop point. It seems like they're gonna see 9 point. Restioson realizing BTS Chinese press gets down and flies into a wall as he goes.
Oh, it's ugly.
Casnade getting Restioson. I think the Casnade, with them having Kurogari being the only one left, he's gonna struggle here. I mean, he is running. Gets taken down by Lucky.
Honey, Link decides not to engage. I think that's the right decision.
I think the Casnade really good pick. The Casnade taking out, Restioson's maneuverability, Kurogari, Rinku as well. And, BTS Fan on Doom, it's prohibiting a lot of their movement, a lot of their speed, and I think it's
absolutely
doing a lot of damage, especially against Squishy. I want to bid it. Overextended does get demacked.
That's unfortunate.
Again, now we're gonna see the same thing happen, but hopefully BTS and Anomaly realize they have to go in. They do miss the slam.
They're gonna take him down.
They do take him down,
backing
at
up
least.
after losing Elven Slayer. I think that's the right decision. They acknowledge they lost their tank. They're just gonna back up and take another fight.
Normally being a bit overextended though, I think they.
If they can get the pick, if they can, no, I think they're backing up now. I think they've got the picks they want to. They're gonna back. I think that's actually quite nice from Anomaly, because none of them got picked. We have Link, staging for maybe a blade here. He's almost got his blade.
He just goes in.
Ooh, someone.
I was finding really good deflect. Very good deflect. Taking a Kit Kat's turret and himself. Lucky does find Rinku. Lucky does find Kurugari as well. Lucky doing a lot. Lucky doing a lot this game. Really finding, the good shots, taking out both DPS. I feel like BTS fan when going in just he goes in with a plan, but I think it falls down when that nade comes in, immediately prohibiting a lot of movement there. And the damage Lucky is doing is just
Lucky is on anti-flanker duty, and that includes BTS. Oh, it's a stick! Oh, but an excellent Suzu.
Very good Suzu. Blade coming out, yeah, taking out Lucky. That is priority for them. Rinku just trying to do a lot of damage to Alvin, but I mean, tank not taking a lot of damage. Diva bomb a bit too far, doesn't find anyone. Trying to squash with the DMAC, but doesn't. Frestiosen finds a turret at least. Frestiosen trying to survive. Rinku also just trying to get pig or two, but I mean, there are only two of them. Does find Joestar, but KK getting taken down. Frestiosen getting taken down. Rinku being the only one. Rinku and BTS fan have to fall back. I mean, I would say there's a bit of extended there, but BTS does almost find BTS
survives on 1 HP. Oh,
Rinku very low as well.
Oh, he had single-digit HP, I think. That's close. These fights are getting very chaotic and sloppy. Oh, it's a good window, but a good Kitsune as well. A good all the damage negation abilities coming out from the side of Valkyrie.
Valkyrie doing really well by staying on point, making them come to them where all the torb damage is there from the ult. There was a bit of deflect from Rinku, but I mean, it didn't help much. BTS fan trying his best, but Rinku gets found, and BTS fan does take out Lucky at least. But I mean, they do take point, which means respawn is like right on their doorstep.
This is good. Valkyrie are now on 3rd point. This is traditionally quite a map that a point that people will struggle with. Point 1 and 2 more easy to attack than point 3, especially with the spawn advantage of point 3. So potentially, this might be as far as you see Valkyrie go. Hopefully not, but very well played so far. Because honestly, it feels like Anomaly have struggled to have an answer for Lucky. He's been finding picks just like that,
Yeah, again, taking out KK. Bapuino coming out.
Big blade. Potential, yeah.
Blade, does find both abilities.
And there we go.
BTS fan already doing a lot more on Monkey. Alvin Slayer alone without. Mac does try to teabag, maybe
the tile is down.
Maybe just trying their luck at maybe getting left alone, but obviously that's never gonna happen and gets taken out immediately. But this fan swapping to Monkey I think is gonna be better. I mean, they were doing better earlier, and I think this is gonna be better with the Diva especially, not being able to really negate much.
Given the way that Valkyrie are playing this very, stacked on top of each other composition, the Monkey Cleave can do a lot.
Very good.
It also enables Rinku High Reveal. Ooh, the eats from Elven Slayer, very nicely done. The High Noon comes out as well. I think Babs, this is the end for you. Yep, he's gonna die to the Diva Bomb.
Dies to be a Diva Bomb. Takes a lot of damage there. Rinku trying to escape. Kurugari as well. They are getting away more, but they're getting hunted down. I mean, over time. There's still a lot of potential.
The big thing for Anomaly here is they do have their beat coming online. Restiosen's 84%. If they can get this beat off and take this fight with it, they have it's a huge ult and a potential thing. That window doesn't really get anything, They didn't really match.
Yeah, they waited a bit too early.
Restiosen has the beat.
I feel like beat coming
out. Comes out. They need to get value with it, and they are getting value with it.
BTS fan does get taken down though. Rinkuru taking Joestar. I don't think that's gonna match up, you know, to a tank getting taken down. And KitKat getting their Torpkum. Oh, Rinku does find KitKat. Oh, but Lucky, you know, with the picks, I mean, Lucky is just not missing today.
No, he's not. He is all...
Finds Kuragari as well.
But the respawn advantage, BTS fan is already back. He's gonna die, but KK's back as well, and now they can just stall it out.
He tried to Suzu, but doesn't get it. But again, Lucky just taking out the picks. I mean, Squishy's Heinun coming out. Deflect, but I mean, he's gonna just wait it out and wait for Rinku to jump. Or Kuragari. Runs out of time.
Diva Bomb might seal it there. Oh, Kuragari bites the dust.
BDS fans still putting up a lot of pressure. I mean, they have so much.
Oh, it's so close.
Advantage.
0.1 meters. They just need to clean out.
Meters.
Kitsune makes it difficult, but I think there's just too many people from the side of Valkyrie alive on
Lucky
point.
though, Lucky taking out everyone. Resti also went to Moira, but I'm guessing for the speed, but doesn't work out. A beat coming in.
That should be it, honestly.
Very close.
Babs has primal. Babs has primal. He can stall. This is. I don't know which way this is gonna go. Kuragari goes down, but the primal is still there. Yes, he can't leave point, but the respawns are coming out. No, Babs, don't C9. Luckily, Restioson was there. Babs comes back. He touches. He gets stuck. He's gonna go down.
But gets stuck.
Ooh, this is. I think that should be it then.
And that is round one. I mean, overtime stall. That was the biggest stall. I've not seen a stall that much.
That was a very good stall. Definitely content.
Definitely content, they say, yes.
So, I think, if my prediction is true, we should now see Valkyrie's strength. I think they want to be playing this kind of spam comp with a Sigma on high ground, but that being said, I think they might stick onto the Diva. I think they've figured something out here with the Diva. I think they were struggling to Doomfist, struggling to the aggression of Anomaly, and now they have this Diva being able to just matrix everything as it's coming in. It gives so much more space to Lucky to be able to just do what he needs to do, and he is landing shots, which is all you can ever ask for.
They are going to, yeah, I think it seems like they're going to stick with their current comp. But this fan does swap to Queen, Jungle Queen, so maybe just a bit for survivability, I guess. They do have, you know, their Queen Shout helping out the team more with a bit more HP and survivability, making Blade also a bit safer for Rinku. But yeah, I think with Lucky being there, Lucky just doing a bit too much at the moment. They're hitting too many good shots, taking out, you know, taking picks, too many picks that matter, and making Anomaly very hard, making it very difficult for them to play against. Oh, they swapped to Doom.
Valkyrie are playing Protect the President, and the President is Cassidy. Both every resource being used into keeping him alive, and it has having success. Swapping on Doom is the right decision, giving the high ground on this point.
Ooh,
Lucky goes down. The President, the Eagle has fallen. I repeat, the Eagle has fallen. The President is down, and look how quickly the vultures descend. They're ready to try to kill Joestar, Honey,
being a bit too aggressive. Kuragari takes him out. Yeah, I mean, after President's down, it's just the country falls, and that's what we're seeing right here. Alvin Slayer does take KK out, but they're alone. I mean, Lucky coming in trying to get a pick or two, I think, but Alvin Slayer's gonna go down there, yeah. Lucky doing a lot of damage. BTS going in, doesn't make it. I think that was really good that he didn't. I think if he went in there, the cast nade would have connected, and he would have been stuck for a moment or two, and probably would have been taken out. They are grouping up, so they're very close.
They're going to be able to recontest.
Full engagement now.
Yeah.
But they're splitting up a bit. Alvin being alone.
Alvin's just going to get touch.
They're
engaging heavy. They've already used Suzu and Lamp. So resources out, committed from the side of Valkyrie.
Very good punch. Slams in, takes out Lucky. We just found finding the two very important characters here. President down again, not being able to do a lot of damage. Alvin Slayer and Honey trying to just contest long enough, but I mean, Spawn being away so long. Yeah, D-Mac comes up. Diva Bomb?
Diva Bomb to re-engage. I think that's the right decision. And it gets value. It finds Kuragari. Honey's going to go down though. So the respawns are coming in. You know, Kit-Kat and Lucky are here. The President has returned. The President is here. Will the President be able to survive? He is being attacked by a ninja. No, he has his entourage.
Lucky alone. Meteor coming in. But I mean, the Immortal's still not taken out, so they can't do much. I mean, the supports are just coming in at the right time. Honey there.
Absolutely.
Both Suzu's coming in. Oh, we actually see
the Kitsune.
a Kasune coming out, but I think
Yeah.
that was a really bad choice. I mean,
I think, yeah, you're right.
It died as soon as they popped that, and I mean, that's going to be a really important ult that's not being able to use. I mean, both teams having a lot of ult opportunities coming up, except for Hani, of course, which is used, and Alvin Slayer using the Diva Bomb to secure. BTS Fan, you know, using the Meteor as well. They didn't really get that with the Immortal coming out. They're trying a bit of poke strategy here, but I mean, BTS Fan is just waiting for an opportunity.
He's low already, getting poked out a lot by Lucky.
Alvin Slayer low as well.
Yeah.
Potential. Both Suzu's coming out. Lucky does find BTS Fan though. And the window, really a lot of potential.
It's
Rinku trying a
interestingly placed,
deflect, but Rinku gets
but it's
taken out
enough.
immediately.
Two
It's
picks there
very
from the side
interesting
of
placement, but I think, yeah, mistake they made is peeking the window instead of waiting it out. BTS Fan still going in, but he's completely alone. I mean, if they collapse on him, but he's safe enough, not doing anything right
he's
now.
charging up his punch. They're gonna re-engage here. Lots of ults from both sides here, and there comes the blade. Lamp and Kitsune down. Oh, the boop doesn't quite get anyone off the wall.
Though. Kuragari taking out Joestar. They are playing it very dangerous. Oh, and the Turbo does go away, making it easier for them. One Slayer gets demacked and gets taken out, of course. And they do have a really good push coming in.
Yeah,
Kuragari still with Reo and KK still having Kitsune. I think if they use those, probably saving it to use it together, it's gonna be very
I think we're gonna see BTS
difficult.
Fan trying to just knock everyone away to avoid the contest. But they're not gonna be able to. Elvin's already through.
Alvin Slayer does have Diva Bomb coming in, so they might use that.
Still, BTS Fan goes down again to Lucky. That's really nice. Bomb on point to contest.
Diva Bomb, but Lucky gets taken out.
Kuragari's getting value.
KitKat gets taken on as well. Ritios and punching him to death. Alvin Slayer getting demacked again. They're lasting a long time. Alvin Slayer lasting a very long time, but I mean they're just not lasting enough. They're
Interestingly,
backline getting taken out.
Interestingly, both teams ending up capping second point with around the same amount of time. Anomaly now have 3.5 minutes to get all the way to the end, and that's around about what we saw Valkyrie have. Valkyrie coming out with some comp swaps now. Alvin Slayer and Lucky both swapping, and KitKat actually. No swaps on the side of
the more comfortable Sig and Soldier as well coming out with the Soldier.
Getting results. Already found Rinku Haireru.
Rinku taken out, yeah. They are putting a lot of pressure on Rinku. Coming back from spawn, BTS gets out. Besides, it's a bit too, close for comfort. It's a lot of damage from the Soldier and the Soldier. It's gonna be very hard to... Rinku and BTS going in.
Yeah,
very good. Meteor's gonna come out. BTS fine, that's fine. KitKat.
The blade is out.
Blade comes out, takes out Honey. Alvin Slayer trying their best. Again, only last surviving Link, but I mean, with that amount of, people around you, there's not much you can do. BTS Fan trying to just stop them at the spawn gates.
Yeah, that was a really good blade from the side of Rinku Haireru. Stop onto the Sunburst from Lucky. Maybe an attempt to deal with BTS Fan.
Wall coming in. Kuragari staying high ground, taking a lot of good angles and just picking them out. KK, a lot of pressure on KK. KK very low. Ooh, does seem like Valkyries are taking them out.
Yeah, Valkyrie look to have that fight. The pick onto Joestar doesn't really mean much in the end. Interesting up there. I don't know if we're going to see Lucky stay on this. He is halfway now to an EMP, but he came out in the Sombra. I think it might have just been a contest pick. Because he's been doing very, very well on the Cassidy, and then he swapped a Soldier there. So we'll be interested to see if he stays on this hero, as he's building that EMP very, very quickly. The Flux is going to come out, and there's no response unless KK lands the Suzu.
Rinku definitely going to take him out here by Flux.
No, he survived. Kuragari
gets singled out there. A lot of damage. Yeah, BTS Fan, 3v1 doesn't survive that. Rinku trying to get out there, but gets hacked. Gets virused and doesn't make it out.
No, we're
KitKat
gonna see.
really good
We're gonna
potential
see.
because we have EMP and a pulse coming.
Yeah, the EMP is the big fight winning ult potential, but on the other hand, we do see Kitsune Rush and Railguns from the side of Anomaly. And considering their time rank, they're going to be wanting to. Oh, it's a great pulse storm. Now they have to just wait. Excellently played there from KitKat. Good stick.
Yeah, they have to wait for Estiosen to respawn. I mean, Beastman is also charging up, you know, to Meteor, so might get a pick or two. He really does well when he dives in and trying to use Beater right after. KitKat just on the flank, trying his best. Going high ground. EMP does come out.
Get Suzu'd. Kitsune Rush comes out.
Rush
Railguns as well.
Railgun in. Trying to take out KitKat. Does find KitKat. Owen does take out KK. The Meteor does come out. Takes Owen Slayer. Lucky and Honey being the only two left, but against Rinku.
Seconds.
Okay, Honey gets taken out. Again, they have spawn advantage.
Oh, it's just Restiosen and Rinku Haru.
It's gonna be difficult. I mean, yeah, the spawn advantage does not
Link's
look
hacked. He's dead. The Elven Slayer ball comes out. No, I don't think. I think well played there from the side of Valkyrie.
Same situation as previous, you know, rounds.
Absolutely.
Valkyrie
Interesting that
apparently
neither of these teams can attack third point.
Yeah, seems like they seem to struggle third point. I think it's the one place they struggle the most. I mean, the same situation again, you know, pushing until overtime, but I think the last fight, unlike with Valkyrie where they all survived, and it was just stagger upon stagger upon stagger from Anomaly, this time the last team fight, you know, took a few too much from Anomaly with only the tank and, you know, one DPS Rinku surviving, meaning that, you know, Valkyrie respawning 5 meters away was just going to be too oppressive. And I think, with the spawn being so close, they just couldn't do much against Valkyries.
A very close map, and what that means for the series is that it is 2-1 for Anomaly. Anomaly we're up 2-0. Valkyrie winning that third point, which means we're going to go to, I believe, push. So we haven't seen a lot of push today. But
no, I mean the 3-0 is coming out a lot these days, so
no more 3-0 Overwatch.
Really good that we have a bit of switch up coming out. So yeah, a bit of push should be really good. Hopefully, we're gonna see what map they pick. It is, you know, Anomaly's a map pick for the first time. So let's see if they favor a map first.
Apparently, Link's power is about to go off, so this causes more problems. And Kuragari issues that may have to be resolved.
2 of the DPS, which is not really ideal. Yeah, it seems a very, very bad situation. But I mean, if they do have subs available, if they don't, it's gonna be pretty rough situation that has to be resolved. But we'll see. Luckily, it doesn't seem like any DCs from Valkyrie is gonna come in. They've been core roster and they've been sticking to it, and they are, you know, they won a map so far, and they're doing, you know, good. They're doing better every single map, and final map now they took it for the 2-1 score. So if they take a next map, it's gonna be a very good, you know, 5th match, and I think it's gonna be the first 5th match that comes in for this tournament for the Sunburst. So we to see that.
Well, we'll see how Anomaly decide to deal with this problem. How do you feel about... Oh, there we go. We have lost Rinku Haru.
We have lost one. A second, I think, is about to be deleted from this plane, and, you know, both being DPS, again, not ideal.
No.
Both core DPS being, you know, left out. So we're gonna see what they come up, what decisions they make. Last time I played, we had a 4v5 when Crimson was playing against Strategic Storm, because they had
shedding comes for us all.
The shedding came in mid game, and, you know, it was reduced to a 4v4 even. So you never know. the shedding comes in the middle of the night, and sometimes it comes out of nowhere.
So as it stands, the series is 2-1 to Anomaly. Behind the scenes, this load shedding problem is trying to be dealt with. We will hopefully have a solution soon. Should we not, this game might have to end here. And there we go. Kurogari also taken by Escom in our darkest hour. The game may have to end here, and the final maps be played at a later point. Rinko Hero did just start playing Overwatch, so maybe he's back. Hopefully, also the tank player for Anomaly might be returning soon. So it's a bit up in the air with what's going to happen. I believe the tournament admins are just dealing with this problem as we
I think it
await.
really is a coin toss about what's gonna happen. But yeah, if it does not seem to be resolved, we will have the game at a later date, and I think. But yeah, definitely not a one-sided game. I'll say so far. I mean, they did the first two maps Anomaly, but I mean, Valkyrie came back strong, and I mean, they made it really hard for Anomaly, and they took the last map. I mean, even the second map was really hard for Anomaly
It was very,
to
very close, exceptionally close.
push. So it feels like Valkyrie is just crawling closer for that win, and they are performing better and better and better. So, yeah, I mean, with the two DCs coming in, it doesn't seem too good for Anomaly.
There is light at the end of the rain, at the end of the tunnel for Anomaly, because should Lord of Terrans be able to return with his Howl coming back on, they could have their regular tank. BTS Fan is one of their DPS players. He's been playing tank this series, so it's possible that Terran could come back. BTS Fan goes back over to DPS, and it returns a sense of normality for Anomaly, and that is a stronger version of one. I don't want to throw Babs under the bus here, but generally it's better to have your tank player playing tank than one of your DPS. So
yeah, I mean,
in
general,
that tunnel of darkness, there is that light.
Yeah, if I think in general, when you have a tank core player, at least it's definitely better to have the tank core than your DPS. But I mean, BTS Fan not playing bad. I mean, they've been doing a lot. Definitely, you can see some DPS aspects there in their gameplay. They definitely like to go more aggressive, like the dive. But not bad so far. And I mean, yeah, if, like you said, if Steels and I mean, if a lot of Terrans gets back, it's gonna be I think a better situation for Anomaly. Hopefully they can find that situation, because I mean, a lot of Terrans back on tank is gonna be a bit of, I think it's gonna make them feel comfortable as well. It's gonna be more of a at ease setter.
Yeah, you not only are getting your tank player back, but you're also getting your comm structure a bit written, because
does seem like we do have a one coming back. Yeah, Terrence does seem to be on his way back, so really good.
So that's, we're just going to wait here. We're going to go to a pause now, while we just wait for this problem to be resolved, while we're waiting for power to come on. We'll be right back in a moment. So I think that's the best situation. Otherwise, you're going to have to sit here listening to us ramble for who knows how long. So we will be right back when we have more information for you once this problem has been solved.
Get your cup of coffee, get your drink, and stay tuned.
Yeah. Welcome back to the match between RQ Anomaly and Valkyrie in the lower bracket round 2 of the Sunburst Cup. After some technical difficulties, we are back. There have been some roster changes from RQ Anomaly. Lord of Terrans has come in. He'll be returning to his tank role that he normally plays. BTS Fan has been freed from tank jail. He is back on DPS, and we're going to have normally one of the flex supports for RQ Anomaly, Phoenix, coming on to play. As I say that, Phoenix gets removed from the game, but I believe might have be one of the DPS players actually returning. Okay, they're going to have a full first team. They're going to have Kuragari is going to be coming back. So actually, the only swamp is we're going to lose Rinku Haireru, and Lord of Terran is going to be coming back in. So actually, you know, a much stronger version of Anomaly that we're going to be seeing against Valkyrie for these final 2 potential maps. Now, to remind you, the score stands at 2-1 to Anomaly. So Valkyrie need to win this map. They need to win the next map to take home the series. Anomaly can win this map or the next map to win the series.
Yeah, Anomaly was, leading with the 2 first maps, but Valkyrie was, like I said, crawling back in there. Did better the first map, and the second map they did even better, and then the third map they got it. So it's really gonna be a coin toss here. Hopefully, Valkyrie still has their momentum going, because they've just been playing better and better and better. And with this push map, I think we're gonna see some interesting plays, and hopefully really good plays coming from both team sides.
Yeah, the President Lucky is being protected. His Secret Service is in full effect, and
full swing.
We'll see if the Anomaly can defeat the Secret Service, and that's basically what this game is coming down to. Can Lucky kill everything before Anomaly can kill
getting,
him?
The JFK attention.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really about Lucky hitting these good shots. But I mean, Lucky, they're going for the Sombra and the Tracer here on a Valkyrie side. So Lord of Terrans going Queen. I don't know much about Lord of Terrans'.
Which he's played a lot of Queen. He's Queen is one of his comfort tank picks that we've seen. Anomaly often play this kind of Queen style of aggression comp.
Oh, a Jodes comp. I think
yeah,
is
absolutely.
Perfect. Yeah. And really strong on this map as well.
Especially considering that we're seeing Elven Slayer coming out on the Sigma. They want to be taking these longer fights, whereas Anomaly want to be taking these fast, aggressive fights on this Junker Queen. And considering they have Restios on the Lucio, it's all in their ballpark about how they want to decide and engage on these fights.
Kuragari is staying back with the high ground, but yeah, moves closer because there is a threat coming in from that Sombra. Lord of Terrans getting hacked up there. Point getting released. No one pushing as of yet. Lord of Terrans trying to push off the Curie, but Honey, just TPs away. Perks of being a support. Just a bit of a pull going on. A lot of damage going into Sig, but yeah, I mean, they're just pushing them down, but BTS Fan gets taken down. But Lord of Terrans is not giving up. I mean, she's still pushing. The problem is KK is getting pressured a lot there from Lucky.
Lucky's out.
They do TP out. Kuragari also falling out a bit. Yeah, I mean, Kuragari very low. Might get taken out.
Unlikely.
I mean, yeah, this fight is taking a bit too long. I mean, Honey got taken out and BTS Fan, but they're both returning to the fight now.
Yeah, this is a very attritional fight, taking a long time. And Kuragari going very out of damage. Yeah, the hack gets value, or the
Immortal comes out.
Honey goes down though as well. Already a pulse bomb, and possibly going in the way of Valkyrie now. A long fight played very slow by Valkyrie, losing players but re-engaging nicely.
I think with the Tracer getting pulsed that easily, that's a really good option, and the pulse coming out on Restios and just helped a lot. But I mean, we have also Lord of Terrans coming in for his first game. I mean, fresh from load shedding, it's gotta feel a bit weird,
I imagine so.
So definitely a bit of warm up. Hopefully gonna come his way.
Yeah, now also on the side of both teams.
Flux does get hit. Rusty Ocean very low. Terrans get taken out though. BTS Fan is also eliminated. Rusty Ocean trying to just hold card, not staggering, but does get Elam, then it seems like Valkyrie, they want another fight. And they're just pushing back Anomaly as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, now
with
that was a really important fight win from the side of Valkyrie, because now they're going to be able to get this fight. I don't think it doesn't look like Valkyrie are going to get the fight. Actually, they are. As I say that, they're going to take the fight just before the
EMP
touch.
coming out.
Heavy committing
as well.
from both sides.
3 ults coming from Valkyrie as well.
Oh,
and
we have
DC.
a pause.
We do have a DC coming from KitKat. I mean, we have BTS Fan taking out Immortal and Bap, Drossar and Bap. A lot of parents, you know, taking the final hit on Elvin, so... But I mean, this DC doesn't seem too good.
No, KitKat was actually one of the people alive in the fight, so...
Yeah, they were playing Tracer.
They're only down to 2.
It's a pretty hard one. I mean, they did have a bit of a chance. BTS Fan is a bit on the low side, you know, KK being the only support, but I mean, he still has Blade still inside of Kitsune Rush, so
it
probably wouldn't have gone too much.
It does seem that was just a DC though. KitKat is back in the lobby. He'll be joining in a moment, but he is, unfortunately, because that he is now dead. He'll be respawning from spawn. So only Lucky and Honey alive. Honey half HP fighting BTS Fan, who is blading, which I believe his blade just ended. Lucky and Honey probably take out BTS Fan here, but I don't think they're going to be able to win the fight with that's actually BTS Fan does get out and takes out Honey. Kuragari was up there too. I couldn't see him from my perspective while we were in the pause. Lucky's going to get out while he has that invis. So a very expensive fight from both sides, but Anomaly take the win. And importantly, they keep on to some ults. They just left their railguns and they have their what's it called? The Queen ult.
Yeah, I forgot as well.
So if Honey can negate that, that'd be great, but otherwise no real answer for it.
It does seem like they have a lot of ults coming up, and only Honey on Valkyries being able to ult here.
Oh, Elvin goes down. Disaster from the side of Valkyrie.
Verstiosen also gets taken down.
Yeah, this looks like it. Actually, you know, that's a really bad fight from the side of Valkyrie, because there was no ult here. That was just a complete neutral fight, and
they lost it. Yeah.
Built his ult there. No ults from the side of Valkyrie still, other than that Kitsune Rush from Honey. And now after having the lead, Valkyrie have lost it, and Anomaly now have the lead, and importantly, they got that checkpoint. That is a huge fight win. Good, well played there from Terran, taking out Elven Slayer. They still have all these ults online. 3 ults. Available. Yeah. Rock's gonna come out. Here's the Flux. We're gonna see, Restiosen has his beat. But no, he's not taking out
midair.
Yeah, Restiosen is not to beat. They're probably just gonna lose this fight now here on point. Just drag it out. Actually, no, they're committing 4v4 with the beat. That's a brave decision. Are they gonna get any value out of it? They're gonna find one. They have the advantage now.
Honey very low. Guys taken out. Lucky very out of position. They're gonna take taken out as well. And they do actually commit, and they do actually win the fight, which is really good. I mean, they did use 2 ults. And, you know, Lucky getting ults, and Honey still having Kitsune Rush, so there's still a chance for them to push back with some ults. BTS Fan and Lord of Terrans, you know, Blade and Rampage up as well. Might see some of that engage. Lord of Terrans being very aggressive. Lucky trying to...
good EMP.
Ooh, Lord of Terrans gets picked out because of EMP. Very good EMP coming out, and they got back into, you know, backline back to safety, and it worked out. And then, you know, Anomaly just getting taken out, of course, because, I mean, that was just a beautiful EMP coming out from Valkyrie's Lucky playing Sombra.
Yeah, I got all 5 members of Anomaly in that
KK gets standard.
Yeah, not the end of the world. It's not great, but not the end of the world, because Kyoko can TP, so she does have that option. It's nice. Else gets picked. It's very, very bad. What it does mean is that it's unlikely that Anomaly are gonna get this fight before the checkpoint. It's likely that Joestar is gonna be able to push this robot all the way and get that checkpoint. So a bit unfortunate there with that pick onto KK. But Anomaly still have all the ults.
They do have the contest.
Actually, they do get the contest.
Comes out. Rampage on Elven Slayer, solo rampaging. He does probably go down here. He's very low, yeah. With his fan, pinning that up. Lucky does find Kuragari though. And KitKat does get taken down by Lord of Terrans. Yeah, I think a really good rampage there, focusing the tank a bit. They do have both supports and Lucky, but the supports are getting so much pressure. Lucky
Yeah,
does
KK
good hack in. Ooh,
targeted
good
by these
virus and
hacks.
gets taken out. KK.
Yeah,
Lord of Terrans all alone with 2 supports and a DPS. Not a really good situation to be at, but I mean, they're surviving this.
yeah,
A bit of
Restioson has
healing
just
from...
stolen the point and run away, but he's gonna die. he gets hacked, virused, and railgunned. That is unfortunate for Restioson, but actually not the end of the
Big
world
pick from
because he
KitKat.
pushes the point all the way until third. So, kind of funny if we're honest.
KitKat did use their,
Yeah,
their overclock, but I mean, they did at least get the pick
on Terran.
a lot
Who's
of
gonna make the swap?
Terrans.
We're gonna see him going over to the monkey. I think he's had enough of Queen. He's
I think they
decided
want
to
a bit more
engage.
dive potential, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna be following BTS fan with this blade. I think there comes the blade, and there comes
goes up.
Terran following after him.
Drolo
blade
gets
so
taken
far.
out. Flux coming out. Takes up on Restioson. Does B to save him and Kurigari. Ooh, Alvinson is just getting melted at the moment. KK just in the backline healing. Seems like Lucky is just running away right now. KitKat gets taken
it's
down
gonna
though.
go
They don't
down.
have the invis like Lucky does. So they get
Wall
taken
hacks.
down there. The wall hacks, yeah.
And they're gonna push spawn to all the way back. They have forward spawn now, do Anomaly, and a good swap I think onto the monkey. Only railguns to the side of Kurigari. Lucky has his EMP, and we saw how effective he was. Basically in the same
Ooh, a lot of
position.
pressure going in from Lord of Terrans.
Good
Big
dive.
EMP again.
Star's
But I
going
mean,
down.
Valkyrie is not there to support that EMP. Lucky's alone, he gets taken out.
Yeah, HP pool is looking low. Kurigari, most DPS actually gonna go down. But it's ugly. It's 2 supports on both sides. You know, KitKat can maybe take out Lord of Terran here. But the Suzu is there. KK is trying her best to keep Lord of Terran
How did you
alive.
get DMAC'd? And Alvin's gonna probably go down there.
Lucky is contesting point.
Restioson trying their best to just, stay alive. A lot of Terrans, contesting. They are only tanking 2 supports, so hopefully the DPS can get there. They are back in time. I mean, that was a great EMP, but I mean, Valkyrie's half the team was retreating before, so it didn't work out.
Yeah. Oh, Kitsune
We do have
with the
Overclock,
railgun.
we do have Kitsune.
Oh, it's looking bad for looking bad for Valkyrie.
Eva Bomb, BTS fan, does get saved by the bubble from Terran. They were behind cover, but it might have gotten them still. Alvin Slayer's just trying to put on pressure, but I mean, they're alone. Terran's is just backing them off side, backing them off the bot. Overclock from Kurigari, just trying to let them ults coming out from Anomaly here. They just want to, secure the site. I mean, they are right there, and, Lucky being the only survivor here does not make it. Joestar gets pooped. There was potential for contest, but I mean, Joestar got pooped away, and that is a GG.
Yeah, that's GG's, and with that result, Anomaly will take the series win 3-1 against Valkyrie. A very close series, actually. 3-1. First map very close. Second map also very close. Third map going in the way of Valkyrie. This map a bit more one-sided. You wonder, what effect it had having Terran back in the team. His calling he gives, his obviously ability on tank play, having Babs not playing tank anymore. But I think Valkyrie should be very proud of how they played there. I think that was a very, very close series. A very, very well played series. You saw some nice things out of them.
Yeah, I mean, they had their core roster. They showed that it made a difference. I mean, they played really well. Every game was a close game, and I mean, even this push map was, a bit interesting. They had a lot of potential in the beginning, and I mean, a lot of Terrans was just warming up though, and you could clearly see the difference as he was, back into action. And especially since swapping to Winston, they were more comfortable with the dive, and I mean, they managed to dive and get a lot of picks, which was really good. Really good bubbles. So I think that ended up, with Lord of Terrans being back, more comfortable, like you said, better calls, and I think the teams in general being more comfortable with their main tank being back. I think not having your main tank does make it a bit unsettling. So, but great plays from both teams.
Okay. We're now moving to our part. We have to choose our player of the match.
Player of the match. This is gonna be interesting. I've not had a. This is quite a thoughtful one. I've not had a player of the match that was this hard to choose.
So for me, I generally tend to go in a different way to most people. I don't choose who I think is, the MVP. I don't choose who's the best player in the game, the most impactful player in the game. I choose the person I enjoyed watching the most. And for me, I think that shout out has to go to BTS fan for filling tank, for playing two roles in this game. For playing, was he the best tank we've ever seen? No, I'll be honest, he wasn't.
Definitely not. But I
But
mean, he was
he
doing good
played
enough.
tank, and credit to him for doing that.
I mean, I was gonna say the same. I would give my MVP, to the person who performed the most in a personal and a perspective way. So, I
Yeah.
think BTS fan playing tank and doing good enough to, they won 2 maps. They still won 2 maps, and
Yep.
then on DPS still performed, still did great on Genji. I mean, they did really well, and they got a lot of picks, doing a lot of damage, and I think that's why I'd also give them the MVP. I mean, they did really, really well.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is the series. It goes 2-1 in the favor. 3-1 in favor of Anomaly. Now that is it for today's casted games. But we will be back tomorrow. We will be back at 12 o'clock for the first set of games in the Sunburst Cup, carrying on with the knockout matches. That first set of games, let me just confirm, indeed will be played at 12 o'clock tomorrow. So we hope to see everyone there on this channel. You can follow us on Twitter at ZA Overwatch, and we will have all our updates there, as well as you can join the Discord. It is open to everyone. We are always having competitions like this and events like community competitions.
Pugs as well.
Pugs as well, yeah. So you're more than welcome to join. We hope everyone enjoyed the match. I think it was a good one.
Definitely show up for tomorrow. I mean, we're gonna have our finals tomorrow, if I'm not wrong.
Absolutely,
And, I mean,
yeah.
It's gonna be a great game either way. I mean, it's gonna be good. Semi-final for losers brackets, and winners final and grand final. So it's I think it's gonna be good matches tomorrow, and it's gonna be very exciting to see who comes out at the tippy top. I mean, we had 2 weeks now and a lot of games. So please join tomorrow. You're gonna see a lot of good action, and you're gonna see who the winner is of the Sunburst Cup.
Absolutely. Until then, I'm Fluffy. I've been joined by Hydro. Behind the scenes, we have Clark working production. See everyone tomorrow.
Bye, guys.